Chapter 16. Instead of revealing the truth, I sit. I can't will my body to move. If Gavin were here, he would help me. Right now, I have no one. I wish I had told Jacqueline and enlisted her help. I can't do something this big on my own. Mr. Pancioletta proceeds with his announcements.
Our first graduate today is Adeline.
I hear shuffling behind me as Adeline makes her way out of the back row. When she enters my vision, her golden yellow dress with orange tones makes her look like a rising sunset. She gracefully strolls straight to the red-marked spot, with her head held high, keeping her eyes fixated on the crowd in front of her.
Adeline's future will be as...
Mr. Pancioletta pauses for a dramatic effect before saying,
a paired. Her paired match will be Brian. Brian, come on up.
Brian meanders to the blue-marked spot with a smile on his face. Mr. Pancioletta stands between them, connecting their hands together, and says,
Adeline, your future role will be that of a food cooperative order assistant. Brian, yours will be of a cooperative furniture maker. Your last names moving forward will be Baltine. Please make sure you retrieve your housing assignment from the ceremony assistant as you exit to your left and join the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce Mr. and Mrs. Brian and Adeline Baltine.
The crowd applauds as Brian and Adeline exit the stage. They appear again by the audience and take the first 2 of the 20 seats available, holding thick packets in their hands.
Our next graduate today is Jacqueline.
I sit up straighter and watch the amber figure only 3 seats down from me stand up. Jacqueline gracefully glides to the red spot on stage. Even from the back, she looks amazing and statuesque. Mr. Pancioletta delivers Jacqueline's future in the same way he did Adeline's.
Jacqueline's future will be as a paired. Her paired match will be Ethan. Ethan, come on up.
Good. At least the Elders Board made one right decision. I would give anything to read Caroline's thoughts right now. As Ethan comes to the front of the stage, Mr. Pancioletta connects their hands together. He continues,
Jacqueline, your future role will be as the park and recreation assistant.
Oh, that's perfect for her. She won't be the next doctor after all. She will be outside coordinating games for Impetus like she enjoys doing.
Ethan, your future will be as a Lightstone's guard. Your last names moving forward will be Manitel. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce Mr. and Mrs. Ethan and Jacqueline Manitel.
Jacqueline and Ethan exit the stage together and soon sit next to Adeline and Brian with their own packets in their hands. When Jacqueline spots me, she beams. I smile as unassumingly as possible to not draw attention to myself. Jacqueline's future became precisely how she wanted it to be. She got everything she wanted. Her faith in the system never wavered, and it paid off. But she hasn't heard everything I have. She doesn't know what I know. I wish I told her, but I'm not sure it would have made any difference. It's like the bombings of the before. Would I have warned people the destruction was coming? Or would I let them remain naive? What's better? I'm more perplexed than ever. Something isn't right. This place is not what they claim it to be. But does it make them wrong? Caroline is the 5th to be called. She's wearing a blinding, flashy red dress and walking with a limp. They must have put a rod behind her leg until it fully heals. She should be at the clinic still, but I'm sure she fought her way out. Here's her chance to be the center of attention like she always desires. I'm watching Mr. Pancioleta's mouth move, but my thoughts overtake his words. In a distracted haze, my unfocused eyes see Caroline paired with Damien. Other level mates have their futures revealed as well. I'm back to thinking about Gavin and how I need to get to him as soon as possible. I subconsciously pat my side under my armpit where the copied confidential papers are hiding.
Evangeline? Evangeline.
I snap back into the reality of the audience stifling their laughter. Mr. Pancioleta is turned around, motioning me to the red X. Without remembering the importance of looking forward only, I whip my head around and notice I'm the last girl. Everyone else is gone. I try to recall what happened on stage while my mind was engrossed. Every single person was paired. Which guy is left?
Evangeline?
Mr. Pancioleta says louder now. I'm the last person on purpose. Last night's change. It had to be me. I can't be paired. I wasn't supposed to be. I always wanted the unpaired lifestyle. It's the only way I could stay in Impetus and still see Gavin. This is not what they had planned for me. They are using me to fix a problem they made. This is not supposed to be my future. Spheres of color push out the remaining fog from my mind. I awkwardly walk to the middle of the stage, focusing on my coordination in the special ceremonial heels and keeping my eyes transfixed on the red mark.
Apparently, it's been a long day for everyone.
Mr. Pancioleta tries in a weak effort to crack another joke. A few more laughs from the audience encourage his attempt.
Evangeline's future will be as a...
Mr. Pancioleta announces. I squeeze my eyes tightly together. I want to run. This can't happen. They can't do this to us. There has to be more. But you know the truth. Mr. Pancioleta's words are like bombs bursting in my ears.
Paired.
No. You are screwing with my future. I want to shout out to tell them what they're doing is wrong. Lies. Everything is lies. I scan the audience and see smile after smile. Everyone is being duped, and they think I'm included.
Your paired match will be... Brennan. Brennan, come on up.
I rebelliously turn my head and watch as Brennan ambles to his blue-marked spot.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a pinnacle moment in Impetus. For the first time, we have a level with an even number of women and men. And to make this even more special, we have made 10 perfect pairs. History, ladies and gentlemen. You are all part of Impetus history.
Mr. Pancioleta steps between Brennan and me, taking our hands and holding them high in the air as the crowd stands to applaud. No, 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 no. Baby Breamsmane enters my mind. If the pairings are so people can create children but Impetus decides the baby should die, what are you left with? What then is the purpose of the pairings? What is the reason for this life if Impetus calls all the shots? We don't know why they do what they do. We're just puppets. That's all we are, puppets with strings they finagle, forgetting we are actual humans filled with worth. Mr. Pancioleta begins to link my hand with Brennan's. I jerk my hand down fiercely. Mr. Pancioleta stares at me with wide eyes. No, I whisper.
Excuse me?
Mr. Pancioleta's voice rings in the microphone. No, I repeat, stronger this time. A roar of shushes rolls over the crowd. The smile on Mr. Pancioleta's face disappears, but then he quickly recovers and begins a new approach.
Evangeline, Your future role will be as a... No!
I yell this time. He needs to hear this. Everyone does. I don't want this. I will not take a future that isn't meant to be mine. One that's a cover-up nonetheless. A lie for the rest of my life. This is my life they are treating so carelessly. Just like the lives of Angela and baby Breamsmane. They act like they care about us, but they don't. They obviously don't. Beeps ascend from the crowd. The remedy regulators move fast to get the beeping under control, scanning monitors and distributing pills. Mine is beeping too, but no one is bringing me pills, and I don't yet care enough. Mr. Pancioletta's knuckles turn white as his grip on the microphone tightens. He reaches into his pocket and takes out a remedy pill and pops it into his mouth. Brennan lets out his breath as though he was holding it. He's the only one smiling. As I scan the audience, their eyes dart from my face to that of Mr. Pancioletta. Jacqueline's eyes are blank and unblinking. I can't tell what she's thinking. Dr. Bourdin strides across the stage from his elders' board seat and whisks the microphone from Mr. Pancioletta's trembling hand.
I deeply apologize to the community of Impetus. Evangeline had an accident yesterday which inflicted a minor head injury. I approved her participation in today's ceremony, but evidently it is too much activity too soon. We will need to get her back to the clinic.
He snaps his fingers as guards standing in the shadows fill the stage. I didn't notice them before. They purposely blend into the black curtained background.
We will keep you all posted on her status. Again, I apologize for my error in judgment and the interruption to such a momentous occasion. Please continue as is.
Before I can stop it, I'm being scooped up by one of the men. No! I shout again. This is all a... I feel a sharp pain in the side of my neck. I feel pain. I snap my head to where it originated and witness the man I've seen before. The one dressed in gray, quickly slide a syringe in his shirt pocket. My words are slurred. I can't speak. My thoughts, however, continue at rapid speed. What will happen now? What will happen to Brennan? What will they do with me? Will they punish me for what I did? There aren't laws about refusing Impetus's future plans for a person. Besides, they won't harm me now that the entire community has seen them take me away. They can't. Checkmate. My sight is blurry. My hair is in my face. We are traveling fast. It's getting darker. My eyes want to close. Sleep. All I want to do is sleep. I made the right decision. Standing up to Impetus was the right thing to do. My future will be protected this way. So will Brennan's. I wonder what Gavin will think of it all. Maybe he already knew this is what I'd do. Sleep. I just want to sleep. The ceremony I analyzed for so long is finally over. One more thing is done. I can move on. First thing I will do when I awake is go find Gavin. Everything feels possible. A new start. A life I choose. This is all worth it. It is. It's worth it. Until all I can see is utter darkness.